From the City of Angels, you're listening to the James Salazar Media Podcast. On today's podcast, episode 3 of Something to Believe in. So let me strike the music and I'll meet you on the other side.
Engage.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Say hello to my little friend.
No, I am your father.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
And what's up, my fellow Americans? It is Monday, and we just came out of one of the most horrific weekends. In El Paso, Texas, a man killed 20 people with an assault rifle. We now know he was a white supremacist. And also in Dayton, Ohio, brother of a girl killed her and 8 other people at a fair. Ties to any ideologies unknown. And all the pundits are taking their sides. And because we're in an election cycle, some are pretty much bad timing. But it's not out there. Everybody's arguing their points. And I felt a need to do something to believe in. As you know, I want to do a segment on the JSM podcast that archives what I believe and why I believe it. For posterity, for my daughter, for my grandkids and great-grandkids, that they'll know why I believe what I believed. And they will have a full understanding. Because there's no better explainer than yourself, right? So here we go. I wish we lived in a world that when laws are written down on books, people obey them. Let me tell you something. It is illegal to kill the king. Everybody knows it. But it does not stop the king from putting archers and guards around the castle. There's some kind of mentality that when you write a law, it's like Nicodemus from the Secret of Nymph with his magical pen. As he writes through the air, this magical script is formed into the sky and it falls onto the page, and then magically it's prophetic and it happens. Well, I'm sorry, my friends. That doesn't happen. When you write a law, and especially gun laws, you only writing a law for good people, because the evil people are going to continue what they're going to do. Let me tell you something. There is 400 million guns in the United States of America. Concerning gun control, Eden's not burning, it's burnt. Pandora's box is open. And with the advent of 3D printers, you're not going to control guns. Right now, you can create with a 3D printer which is the closest thing from a Star Trek replica That's the first form of the Star Trek replica. It's where science and advancement is going. you can print a fully automatic rifle. You can download the schematics on the internet. And the only way to stop guns and gun violence is to increasingly put a thumb down upon the citizen because of a few bad actors. It is a special kind of sheep when you hear that 2 mass shootings happened, that your first instinct is to say there needs to be laws, as opposed to what do I have to do to secure my life and my family. I no longer can depend upon the government to do its job. I can't depend upon the policemen to be there in time. I can't depend upon the guards to come in and risk their lives. How and which way can I secure my life, my family, and my property? We live in a very dangerous world, people. A very violent world. Our society, as we tilt towards freedom, there are consequences to every ideology. And with 400 million guns and 370 million people, I'm surprised there's not more mass shootings. I am not naive, nor do I have a childlike mentality or belief that if a law is written, that all the bad people will say, oh, I didn't know there was a law. Excuse me. Well, let me just take this gun and throw it in the trash. Oh, I never knew that it was illegal for me to have a semi-automatic rifle and not use it to kill and maim people. I never knew that. How's that written anywhere or in my culture? It's a special kind of stupid to believe that would happen. And I just don't get it. I just don't get it how people want to disarm themselves in this violent society. I would say everybody learn how to shoot a gun like every good-blooded American used to. Because everybody has a right to defend themselves. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Indian, everyone has a constitutional right. And when you create a law that only polices good people, you put good, patriotic Americans to have to make a difficult decision, to have the law, an oppressive government coming down to take away their guns that the laws of the land say they have a constitutional right to. And they have to make a moral decision whether to give up their guns or stand upon their principles. And let me tell you something. Listen up, minorities. Whose guns are gonna go for first? You think the white people and the white ivory towers? No. They're gonna go for black people's guns. They're gonna go for Hispanic people's guns. And that's gonna cause a lot of problems. People need to be thoughtful. People need to think past their nose. People need to not be emotional. I understand it's an emotionally charged situation, but it's a time that we must think first, then act first, and not choose upon our emotions. Until you can secure my life and have a guard around me 24 hours a day, excuse me, I would like to retain my right to protect myself with guns. I mean, we have problems with hate. We have problems with the mentally ill. We have problems with crime. And this idea that Donald Trump is responsible for every gun violence that happens in America is foolish. Just like those DC snipers were shooting at cops because of some of Barack Obama's rhetoric about the police. Guess what? I never blamed Barack Obama. He didn't pull the trigger, nor did he ask people to. And those who want to say that Donald Trump triggered those people, like these people don't have any personal responsibility in their own acts and actions, really think that the American people are stupid and they're going to believe. Sticks and stones and guns will kill you and break your bones, but words will never hurt you. You have to let them hurt you. And words will never trigger you. You were triggered already. You have to take personal responsibility for your life. And you can't blame others, and you can't blame the system. No one forced you to do anything. White, black, Hispanic, Asian, Indian, Native American, all the colors of the rainbow. $400 million guns in this country, and it is harder to get guns today than ever before. But back in the 1950s, where it was there's easy access to guns, you could buy them at Kmart. You can buy it at the local convenience store. There was less gun violence. Now, I'm not saying that gun laws make people shoot people. What I am saying, guns haven't changed. People have. We value life less in this country. We value each other's opinions less in the country. We tolerate a lot less in this country. We are easily triggered in this country. We are creating a class of weak, emotionally volatile, sensitive people. And the prevailing mindset that justifies that is that political correctness should be the aim of the day. No. You need to take people and tell them the hard thing. Get them used to that life isn't fair. And that everybody's going to think like you do. But you should be tolerant of everyone's belief, even the ones you disagree with. You got to teach people not to be easily offended. Not to be easily triggered. Because once you start teaching people that words are offensive, that words are hate crimes, is doing violence, then you're going to have people react like this and start shooting up people based on words. Because you said it was violence. You know, Barack Obama said that racism is in our DNA. You think he was talking about black people? You think he was talking about Hispanic people? I think not. Everybody knows who he was talking about. He was talking about white people. You don't think that triggered people? On all sides? But I'm not stupid enough to believe that Barack Obama is responsible for someone killing somebody. That is adolescent thinking at its height. And I feel sorry that you think that way. And you're part of the problem. I don't know if I got all my ideas out. I might come back on another podcast to speak on, but this is my natural reaction. Look at to tell you honestly, I don't have a gun. Probably shouldn't be telling you this, but I'm really chewing on the decision to buy one. Maybe to be someone who carries one. I don't like that I live in this society. I don't want to have a gun. I believe in the rights of guns. It's just never been in my personal family life and culture that we were people who have a lot of guns and go shooting. No, we weren't. But we always believed that people should have them, have a right to them. Now now after these 2 shootings, I really have to dig deep and see, is this something I'm gonna have to do? I know some of my friends don't want me to have a gun. But, you know, they're not going to be there when shit goes down. They might, but, yeah. I just think there's a special kind of stupid and a special kind of sheep mentality that you're already triggered to come to the conclusion when there was 2 mass shootings that there needs to be a law written. Yeah, no. My first question, I said to myself, we need to stop going to public places. We need to stay at home, and we need something to protect ourselves, because obviously all the good intentions of the police and guards, you're not going to stop the first couple of bullets. But if you can calm your mind and you can be brave, you can stop something like this. But nobody had a gun. That's a very interesting question. How many people in that Texas, El Paso, Walmart had a gun, but yet didn't engage the assailant? Well, my friends, I'm going to end it there. If you think I'm full of shit, put it in an email at JamesSalazarMedia@gmail.com. If you want to follow me on Instagram, all the social media platforms, just type in James Salazar Media. I should come up. If you like the podcast, please press like. Please click the bell to get notified when the James Salazar Media podcast posts again. And please leave a review. I would greatly appreciate it. So, my friends, when the storms of life come against you and you find yourself on your knees, stand up tall. Take a look at that storm and say what my sensei Jack Burton always says: give me your best shot. Strike the music.